What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Hylor, and this is your Vampire Accounts faction guide for Total War Warhammer. The Vampire Accounts are a unique faction in Total War Warhammer. Starting out, you can choose to play as Manfred von Karstein or Heinrich Himmler. Manfred is the faction leader and is a powerful melee and magic caster hybrid. He utilizes both the lore of death and the lore of vampires to win his fights. Later on in the campaign, you can upgrade him to have an undead flying mount. Heinrich Himmler is a necromancer utilizing the lore of the vampires as his primary focus to destroy his enemies. As the Vampire Accounts, you start in a unique area of the map and have mainly hostile neighbors. Diplomacy is not going to be the strong suit of the Vampire Accounts as they are not trusted by any faction in the game. There's little chance of expanding trade options with other factions, and alliances are likely to be few. They also start closer to the Chaos Waste than any other faction. This is not an issue immediately, but towards the late game, Chaos raiding will become more of a threat. The Vampire Accounts have some unique mechanics on the campaign map. Firstly, they spread vampire corruption throughout the land they occupy as well as their neighboring provinces. This vampire corruption is important for a few key reasons. Corruption in your neighbor's province does not damage diplomatic relations for the vampires, although diplomacy is usually unlikely anyways, since they summon the dead to fight for them and no one really likes an army of the undead. Vampire corruption will lower the public order of provinces controlled by living factions and warp the land, making it less productive for the living. Corruption will also cause attrition on the armies of the living, even if they're within their own province. Vampire corruption in your own lands is crucial, as every 10 points of corruption adds 1 point of public order to your province, meaning that keeping 100% corruption is key to preventing revolts. You can spread corruption by conquest or by placing hero units in provinces and activating their abilities. Careful planning and use of vampire corruption are key for players playing the Vampire Accounts. The Vampire Accounts lead armies of the undead, and as such have a few differences from the armies of the living. Firstly, on the campaign map, while near sites of previously fought battles, vampires can instantly recruit some units into their army without having to wait a turn, using the fallen corpses of these recent battles to quickly swell their ranks. As an entire army, they also operate differently. They have no range units and so must focus on overwhelming and fast attack tactics to win the day. Being that their troops are already dead, their units do not rout. Instead, a Vampire Accounts army is very reliant on the Lord staying alive, otherwise they will begin to crumble. Crumbling is the Vampire Accounts version of routing, but it is very different. The undead units will fight until they are utterly destroyed. As they start to lose a fight, their leadership will go lower and lower. When their leadership gets low enough, they start to take damage over time on their health bar and crumble to pieces. This crumbling comes in two forms. There is basic crumbling, which is a slight amount of damage being done, or disintegrating, which is a heavy amount of damage that can quickly destroy a unit in seconds. This is illustrated on the units by red bits and wispy air circling around the unit. Crumbling can be stopped or slowed by changing the unit from a losing fight to a winning fight with an enemy unit. A basic Vampire Count army should have a main line comprised of skeleton warriors with skeleton spearmen for support. Depending on your playstyle, you may want to bring zombies to act as a shield and occupying force for the main enemy line, but they are slow moving, so rush armies should forego this. Vampire Accounts should also make up for their lack of any ranged units by adding mobility in the form of either cavalry or flying monsters. Be wary of your enemy's ranged units, which, if left unchecked, can quickly take out more lightly armored troops, especially your flying monsters. The Vampire Accounts are a medium difficulty faction. With some unique mechanics as well as a different kind of army roster, they can be hard to grasp for some new players. They do, though, have less aggressive neighbors than, say, playing as the Dwarves or the Greenskins, which can make starting out much easier. If you want to learn more about Total War Warhammer, check out my guide on all the factions, or check out my in-depth guide on basic army composition. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos on Total War Warhammer. Until next time, my name is Hylor, and I'll see you all soon.